You hit it.
So, as it turns out, I have too many cars. And I actually forgot I had these cars here. Well, I remember the 55. So this is Murr's place. And for some reason, he doesn't want just a bunch of dead cars hanging around. So we gotta move this one. And I want to take some stuff to my buddy Mike's place, but it's flooding issues. And yeah, I totally forgot about this hot rod. What are we doing with this? So anyways, this video is like a tale of too much junk. Does this thing have a battery in it? Oh, it does. Oh man, this thing's got like good parts on it. I think it's time to maybe downsize a little. I'm not 100%, but I'm kind of getting there. So we got to kind of go through and pick what we want to have and maybe get rid of a few things because they're stressing me out when I'm having too many cars. But today we're going to bring that 55 home. So last time we were here, Murr wanted to move it so we could get in his garage. Anyways, so I had to move it, and both carburetors were pouring fuel out of them. It wasn't running on all the cylinders, and it was just unhappy, dead battery, the whole deal. So we're going to tow it home and leave it in the driveway. And we'll work on it there a little bit, get it running and driving. Like, obviously that one's a keeper till the day I die. But I thought while we were here, maybe we'll see if this one will start. I should have put an air filter or something. Oh, it's got fuel in the carburetor still. Maybe we'll mess with this one. What do you think? Danny unplugged the sound for some reason, so hopefully the first clip worked. What an intro. And then this thing's got some janky stuff, so it's got like a side post, front post, terminal deal. But we'll just see if this thing will fire up. So that'd be kind of cool. Where did I put the keys? I actually found the keys, I think. I remember there was a green key. Oh, there's tools on the dash. Well, that door's kind of stucky. Starter doesn't sound happy.
Shooting gas up.
Yeah, it's got some timing issues. Oh, the distributor is not locked. I don't really want to crank on the starter and mangle it all, but I feel committed now. Yeah, we'll move that car right away. All right, not doing that. As I recall, when I came and dropped this thing off, it didn't want to run, and it was snow on the ground, and the starter was lit. I changed the starter right last minute. It's all coming back to me now. So that's not, oh, that got hot. It's not shimmed, it's not nothing. So clean one owner. If you're looking for a two-door converted pile of junk, what are we doing with this thing? We have like 22 cars or some ridiculous number right now. Okay, let's we'll just leave that in as a fail. We'll hook up to this thing. Hopefully the tow truck still works. All right, let's watch this magic.
Careful of this big tree, Dave.
Okay. But this is not going well at all. That one's tight. Okay, I'm gonna just see if I can maybe drive this thing out and rehook. It's kind of a funny spot here. Lots of room, she says. Another flawless hookup. I had to do it 3 times and I forgot what I was doing.
I'll take this.
I was done with cars. I was done with cars for a minute there.
He was ready to quit cars, asked if we could just sell everything and find a new hobby.
I'm stressed out. I have too much stuff. I don't know what we're titling this, but I think it should be the stress of having too many cars. We live in the city with 22 cars. 22.
In everyone else's defense.
We should live in the country?
Well, no, we don't want that. There's no grocery delivery. But, you know, maybe you just gotta take a little breather.
I looked at the car yesterday. I'm addicted.
I know.
All right.
You yell at me when I smack the phone out of your hand.
I'm going to eat some breakfast.
You don't know what you want.
We're going to eat some breakfast and we'll go home and we'll work on this 55. We'll get it running. I'll put a set of plugs in it and I'll love it again. Woo! Cool picture though.
That is a cool picture. Let's get eggs Benedict.
Many hours later, I've actually been doing everything else. I've been giving her too hard lately, but so we got home and while it was up, I put the big tires on because why wouldn't you put the big tires on? So it looks awesome. Danielle, it looks awesome. And
Never said it didn't.
The only problem we're going to run into is I did run this thing a few weeks ago because Mer wanted it moved. Oh, this is broken. That's awesome. Little tape on that. But the carburetors were gushing fuel. It was also missing on half the cylinders, which I remember when we dropped it off, it wasn't running good. So I have a set of spark plugs in stock. So I'll put a set of plugs in it real quick. We'll probably have to boost it. And then it'll probably run okay, but gush fuel everywhere. But then we can put it next door and worry about it another day. I gotta say, those snipers are not cheap, but man, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead and buy another one for this thing. This car doesn't get the love it deserves.
Please send additional craft dinner and ramen recipes.
No. Just like and support the video and the channel, and then it's fine. These people are the problem. This morning I was stressed out about having too many cars, so maybe I should do a little thing at the end of the video here about how to handle hot rods. But I'm over it now. I think I'm gonna buy another car. So yeah, we'll change the spark plugs real quick. Still got brakes, and then so this thing will fire up. This car's cool. I like this thing. Except I don't drive it. Did we drive it last year even, or did it just sit around? It looks cool sitting there though. I'm that guy that everyone hates that has these cars that I won't sell them and I won't drive them. I'll get to it someday. So, ouch. Just change the plugs here. So, I've had this hot rod for a while. Probably 4 or 5 years. I wanted this car for this is my first Tri-5 Chevy actually. I wanted one for a long time, and first two-door conversion I did. So it's a 55. It's got a 454 turbo 400 stock rear end, and at one point I put a lot of miles on this thing. Probably.
Because it was your only hot rod for a while.
Yeah. This is before I really got into YouTube, and maybe the first car we did on YouTube actually. So money was crazy, and anyway, put a lot of miles on it. Drove to work all the time. And I had this motor built for it, which is kind of performance-y, nothing too crazy. Okay, but the old tunnel ram, it's handy. It looks cool, sounds neat, but it is a little bit of maintenance here and there, and when it sits for a long time, it's kind of a hassle. We got the other truck charging her up. The carburetors leak like crazy, but I want to get it running and get it over next door if I can. So this thing, I got a big hood scoop in it, which everyone hates the hood scoop. I freaking love it, but distributor gets wet all the time, gets water in the carburetors, and for whatever reason they leak. They leak and they leak and they leak. So, what's that? Oh, we're gonna leave it up. It's gonna be a little screw around to get started, I'm sure. Oh, I guess I should hook the battery up.
I'm
What's this? Okay. My life is endlessly dead batteries. Oh. Okay. What the hell? All good noises. Come on. This thing was running not too long ago.
Holy, the leakage.
Oh, is it leaking bad?
Oh, yeah.
Why isn't it starting then? Oh, there we go. See?
More.
Oh, it leaks bad.
Yeah.
Like fire hazard bad.
Like there's cardboard on it, and I feel like that's unsafe.
Why is the battery dead? Why is my life a hassle?
You gotta go steal the battery from the Nomad?
No, I'm not doing that. Actually, the battery's not in the Nomad, it's in the Chevy too. Come on, girl. How is it possible it needs that much fuel? There we go. Good oil pressure. It's definitely missing.
What?
It's got a miss. It's running bad. Have that? It's fine. It's fine. Man, it's running so rich. It must be the carburetors are just junk and just dumping fuel, but let it warm up for a bit and I'll drive it over. Running bad.
You hit it.
A little love tap. Which is good. This car's cool. It runs bad. Very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Thanks, helper. These are terrible. Anybody who wants flip front end, they're terrible. Okay, so it needs, it's like accelerator pumps on both sides, and we gotta figure out why it's just dumping fuel. carburetors were funny. Oh, and all these, all these vacuum caps, look at them. They're all torn. That's probably not great. They're all like that. Well, it needs a tune-up. That'll be on a future video, but yeah. The microphone on will explain why having so many cars is such a nightmare. I gotta tarp that piece of junk up too. Scene. Alright, we got her parked. Just a little dent in the fiberglass back there. So, I guess the root of the whole video here is moving stuff around. This morning was stressful. So you had to move some cars. We didn't really have a lot of space for it. To move everything around to get this home because Murr wanted his driveway back. But I guess it appeared to me today, and Danny called me out on it, that I'm becoming that guy that has a lot of cars that can't drive. I do drive a lot of hot rods, but you physically can't drive this many old cars regularly. It's just, I don't care who you are. We're two people, and Danny works from home. so she drives her car a little bit. And it goes in waves where you find like, oh, I really like that, I'll drive it for a month, and then it kind of goes away, and that's the way it is. And like I said, we have 22 cars right now, and that's a lot. And I always, as a kid, hated that guy that had a bunch of cool old hot rods and wouldn't sell them and this and that. And I guess somehow I turned into that guy. I don't know how it happened. I blame you guys for watching these stupid YouTube videos. So, well, I mean, we're in a unique situation. Obviously, we have to carry on making YouTube videos, which this car is a perfect example of it. I spent probably 8 months building it, you know, getting views, getting subscribers, getting, you know, meeting all you guys, reading comments, growing the channel. And now it's basically done. I mean, yeah, we could do carburetors or do this or do, you know, change the rear end or whatever, but it's small little videos. And otherwise it's just driving. And the cruising videos are boring. For who wants to watch someone cruise around in a car? I think that's terrible. So I don't know what we're going to do. I think we have to start making a list of cars and maybe start thinning the herd a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that. But the problem is you start counting out the cars you want to keep and they become huge in a hurry. So Danny's 57, my 57, and this 55 are kind of keepers forever. That Nova I have, that was when I first bought this place and I had no money. Murr gave me the money for it, so that's kind of like sentimental. The Cobra, I feel like I thought you never see that in shop. I didn't even drive it last year. Didn't even turn a wheel. That was ridiculous. But that's a car that I bought, saved up a lot, got a good deal on it. Now, like the cheapest Cobra available for sale is like 45 grand. So if I let it go, I mean, I might get some money, but I'll never, ever, ever have another one. So what's that, like 5, 6 cars? In fact, Nomad, what are we gonna do with that? You know, like that's a once in a lifetime kind of hot rod to have. So there you go. Like we have 6, 7 cars before you know it. And we still have to keep buying cars to make stupid YouTube videos with. Not to mention, I'd rather be working on that Chevy 2 right now because it's the newest one. I get addicted to these stupid cars. But anyways, I guess that's my little rant of keep buying cars. Oh, and I looked at 2 cars. So yesterday I looked at a 67 Impala wagon, 68 Impala wagon, because that car found me. And today was talking about a Model A coupe. This morning I was freaking out, upset, don't have any room for stuff, don't have any money, this and that. And then I'm looking at a car in the afternoon. Then I'm mad at this because it was a pain to get started and it's leaking gas and all that. So it's the emotional roller coaster.
The root of it is that you love these cars so much, you don't want to see them rot in a field.
I want to save all the puppies.
And that's the root of the addiction.
I love them so much I don't want to see them rot in a field that I let them rot in a field.
After you fixed most of them?
They're fixed-ish. They'll be on the queue. But I'm starting to realize that, you know, we can only have so many cars. You can only work on so much. I feel like I give her a lot all day, every day. And probably we put out, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 cars, maybe even more than that a year. But there's only so much one man can do. So there you are. Hopefully if you're in the same boat, we can all maybe, you know, meet on Tuesdays and, you know, at the A&W, talk about how we have too many cars and not enough brain cells and the Visa card's maxed out. And then the second half of the meeting, we'll look at Facebook Marketplace. If you have a good deal on a car, send me an email, dan@ddspeedshop.ca. Anyways, if you could please subscribe to the channel and like the video, so any money we do make, we can get more storage units and buy more junk. Thanks for watching. Let's hope this doesn't set on fire while we go inside. If it does, maybe it'll solve one problem.